keep my hands on myself. Keep my hands on myself. Think I'll dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl, isn't me. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. But I feel it still. Feel it still.
This one right here goes out to all the babies' mamas. Baby mamas. Check this out right here.
Thomas Jackson, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Thomas Jackson, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times.
Yeah.
Thomas Jackson.
Speed up the registration process. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Thomas Jackson.
Yeah.
Bounce.
Thomas Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Thomas Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times.
Forever.
Thomas Jackson.
me, love to shuffle and fold me and stack me like a house of cards. I wasn't ready, I wasn't steady, never knew I'd fall so fast and hard. I'm gonna double down on you. Girl, you hit the sweet spot. You're what's going on with everything that you've got. I'm singing your song. It's a catchy little number going round in my head. Gonna make you wonder. From this location, my new vocation is learning how to love you right. Baby, I'm listening. There's nothing I'm missing. Tell me everything I need to know. Alright. Your whisper sounds like sugar. Girl, you hit the sweet spot. You're what's going on with everything that you've got. I'm singing your song. It's a catchy little number going round in my head. Gonna make you wonder. Still thinking about a song.
music off back there? Perfect. Okay.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Tammy Dorr, and I serve as the president and CEO of the Downtown Denver Partnership. Who's heard of the Downtown Denver Partnership? For those of you that have not, you'll have to follow me at Tammy Dorr, and then you'll know all about us. But with that said, I'm also a co-founder of Denver Startup Week. 6 years ago, we created this week to celebrate all things entrepreneurial in our community, and we had 3,700 people. This year, so far, we have 18,400 people here at this entirely free event. And there are a lot of important, super cool things going on during this week. Right next to us over here, we have 17 venture capitalists meeting with individuals who are dreamers, innovators, and doers, trying to help them get money to launch their companies. And the list goes on. But let me talk to you about what the most important thing is that's happening this week. It's you. It's all of you. Our city will grow because our businesses grow. You are the future of our economy. Please understand, we don't take it lightly, and we ask you to not take it lightly either. You truly will be stewards of the future of our city. So as the city scales, we ask you to scale. Scale in your leadership, scale in your businesses, scale in your entrepreneurial endeavors, and your commitments back to the city. So with that said, I want you to know that as you hear today about the opportunities, and hopefully you find some inspiration, that you also understand that there's a responsibility that we give you along with the gift of connections, information, and resources. We're excited to launch this program with great support from Young Americans and Junior Achievement. Two great partners are very committed to developing youth and developing our city. To talk to us today, though, I'm really excited to share with you my new friend, Ryan Harris, former Denver Bronco, Super Bowl champion. Hold up the awesome ring. Yep. And truly an all-around awesome guy. He's had a great history of success in his profession to date, but I think the best is yet to come. He's currently serving as a broadcaster at Altitude Sports. He's a motivational speaker and definitely inspiring. He has a book coming out in February, but we can't tell the name because all we're doing right now is just, setting the stage for what's to come. But a former Notre Dame grad. Any Notre Dame fans in the room? Just You got a few. All right. I'm going to turn it over to Ryan. I'm going to thank you for being here and tell you that we as a community, the civic and business leaders, we believe in you and we are counting on you. So thank you.
Round of applause for Tammy. Without her, we wouldn't be here. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Tammy. As she said, I am Ryan Harris, champion of Super Bowl 50, broadcaster for Altitude Sports Radio and Television, the University of Notre Dame as well. And I'm here today because I believe that each and every one of you has the right to be extraordinary. And that when you embrace that right through self-education, acting on your passions, and investing in our community, you can create real and lasting change. And today I'm going to give you 3 tools that will help you in your life to succeed. And when you apply these tools, you can start today, you will create change not only in your life, but in fact, you will change the world. So let's change the world, right? Throughout my years at Notre Dame and 10 years in the NFL and now in broadcasting, I've had to overcome many, many obstacles. You are going to have to overcome many, many obstacles, and you can. And the number one way that you do so is you have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, believe in yourself, believe in yourself. My favorite athlete of all time, Muhammad Ali, he said something once. He said, I called myself the greatest before I knew I was. I called myself the greatest before I knew I was. Think about that. Think about that. Because see, a truth that you're going to find out as you grow up, a truth that you will see today is every single adult you see has self-doubt, has experienced self-doubt. We all experience fear. And when you encounter fear, when you encounter self-doubt, believe in yourself. You really have no other choice, right? If you want to start a company and you want to pitch me your idea, if you come to me shaky-handedly and, I kind of like this idea I've got, I'm not going to invest with you. I'm not going to spend my time with you, right? So what choice do you have? Believe in yourself. And one of the ways in which I believed in myself over the years are saying the phrases, I am, I can, I will. Say it with me. I am, I can, I will. Not like you believe in yourself. I am, I can, I will. And you will use this in your life because you will have to believe in yourself before other people do. How many people do you think believed that I was going to be in the NFL before I did? None. Yeah, everyone in my family, no. My mom wanted me to do something else, right? Believe in yourself. You're going to have to, right? You're going to have to believe in yourself when you're doing something new for the first time. The first time I ever traveled by myself was when I went to college at Notre Dame. I didn't know how to make a connecting flight. I didn't know how to find a gate, right? But I stood there in the terminal of Chicago O'Hare, and I said, I am a college student. I can't figure out how to get to my gate. I will, right? Later on, I used it in the NFL. I have had 3 back surgeries. I am Ryan Harris. I can overcome 3 back surgeries to help my team win a championship. I will. I had to crawl up my stairs at one point because I had surgery on my toe. Dislocated and ripped the ligaments on my toe. And when I got to the top of those stairs, I said to myself, I can't believe I'm ever going to play football again. I can't believe it. I can't see it. Nuh-uh. I stopped myself right there. I am Ryan Harris. I can play football after this toe surgery. I will. So believe in yourself. Use those words even if you don't believe it when you're saying it. The next time you encounter failure or self-doubt, I want you to smile. I'm there with you, and I want you to say those words. Put yourself in those words, and you will accomplish your goals. Part of believing in yourself as well is writing down your goals. Write down your goals. It's amazing to me, so many people, many of you got here today by putting an address into the GPS, right? Google Maps, things like that. So many people do not write down their goals of where they want to go as a professional, as a person. Write down 3 things you want to do as a professional. Write down 3 things you want to accomplish as a person, right? And one of the things when you write down your goals, you start to visualize yourself there. Anybody heard of Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Derek Jeter, Steve Jobs? Each and every one of them visualized their success. Pretty interesting, huh? Visualize your success. When you write down your goals, you visualize those successes that you will have. And before we started the playoffs for Super Bowl 50, before we even won it, I wrote down the goal, I want to hold the trophy. I want to hold the Lombardi trophy at the end of my season. I want to be a champion. And so the night before the Super Bowl, I was sitting there in our room, and I'm thinking about, what does that look like? I closed my eyes, and I thought about, what does that look like when I hold the trophy? And for some reason, I could only see the trophy from the bottom up. Anybody seen the Super Bowl trophy? You all know what I'm talking about? So I could only see it from the bottom up, and I thought, man, that's crazy. I've never seen it that way. Now fast forward to 24 hours later. Peyton Manning's on stage, and he hands me down the trophy, and here I am touching the trophy from the first time from the bottom up. I'd seen it before. I had lived that moment before it happened. And when you write down your goals and visualize your success, it will happen. It will happen. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, believe in yourself, believe in yourself. I would spend the next 20 minutes saying that over and over again because that's how important it is. The next tool I want to give you, pick up a shovel and dig. Pick up a shovel. There are over 200 diamonds in this Super Bowl 50 ring. How many do you think were laying on the ground waiting to be picked up? How many people do you think we played wanted to give us these diamonds? None. And in your life, no one will give you your diamonds, but that doesn't mean you can't get them. Pick up a shovel and dig. Dig for your diamonds. Sometimes you're going to need that shovel to stand up, to help you stand up. Because here's the truth that you're going to find out. At some point, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, your good will not be good enough. And that's okay. That's an opportunity. Because when you pick up a shovel, you're willing to do the work. Right? The building that we're in here today, I guarantee you, you've seen it before. They start with one shovel, right? It's a grand opening. We're starting the digging. Start your digging. Pick up a shovel. Pick up a shovel and dig. And in my life in the NFL, after my 4th season in the NFL, I was drafted here to Denver. And they wanted me to change the way I played football. I wasn't willing to do so. I thought I knew how to play football. I knew what worked. Right? But my good wasn't good enough. And they released me. And it was one of the most painful things I had ever gone through. But that night, I told myself, my work ethic and my willingness will never be a reason why I do not perform again. Pick up a shovel and dig. Peyton Manning and myself would be the first ones out to the practice field 10 minutes before anybody else did. Because we knew the value of work. Pick up a shovel and dig. Another part of picking up a shovel is learning how to recognize distractions. Learn how to recognize distractions. Who's a distraction? And this may be the most painful part of being successful. There will be people in your life who you love, who you care about, who you want to spend time with, who will be a distraction. People you will have to distance yourself from. Maybe not forever, but for a certain amount of time. And that's okay. I had my family steal money from me. You got to spend some time away from me, right? I had friends who wanted to come to football games. Hey, I'm coming in on a Friday night. Ryan, what are we doing for dinner? I want to hang out in Denver. Woo! Sorry. In the NFL, we play on Sunday. Friday's my Wednesday. And I wouldn't show up to your work and say, hey, take me out to dinner, take care of me, make sure I'm entertained on your Wednesday. So I made people show up Saturday night. We go to hotels Saturday night in the NFL. You can come in. The keys will be under the mat. Go to hang out. Have a good time. You're on your own. Now, if you want to stay till Monday or Tuesday, we can hang out after because that's my Saturday or Sunday. Guess how many people wanted to do that? Right? Who's a distraction in your life? Ask yourself this, right? What's a distraction? What is a distraction in your life? Anybody like Snapchat like me? Instagram? Right? But that can be a distraction, right? Which brings you to the next one. When is something a distraction? Sometimes it's fun to be on Instagram. Sometimes, hey, I like seeing what my friends and everybody's doing, what's happening in our community. But sometimes it's a distraction. If you're supposed to be working, put it away. Put it away. Pick up a shovel and dig. The last part of picking up a shovel is asking questions. If you spend 30 minutes with Peyton Manning in a meeting, he asks at least 3 questions. You're going to be here this week. Ask at least 3 questions to people who you are inspired by, who you see, right? Ask questions. There's information out there for you. And what you don't know right now will help you succeed later. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And pick up a shovel and dig. I'm going to treat you like a champion right now. When I say stand up and shake it out, I want you to stand up, move your elbows, move your hips. Ready? Stand up, shake it out. Yeah. Feels good. Sit on down, sit on down, sit on down. Get a little of that motion back. Believe in yourself. Pick up a shovel and dig. And the last tool I want to give you might be the most important, and it's the most fun. celebrate every win. Celebrate every win. When you become a champion in life, so many people don't want you to do that. The people you compete with, the people you compete against, the people who you love. Sometimes we're not encouraged to go win. I'm telling you right now, go win. You can do it. Enjoy it. And when you do, celebrate it. You don't have to be rude, right, at the time of your win, whatever it is, whether you land a deal, whether you get a job, whether you get into that college, celebrate it. Don't be rude, but have fun with it, right? Do you know what you sound like when you celebrate? Do you know your favorite song when you celebrate? When was the last time you laughed because you were happy? Let yourself laugh. Celebrate every win. Some of you got up this morning, right? Now, there's two ways you could explain your day right now. One of them, I got up this morning, I met my group, I came here to the Denver Startup Week, and we're going to have a nice time. Right? Let me show you another way. Woo! I woke up this morning, man. Some people did not wake up today. I got to wake up today, and man, I went to Denver Startup Week. This is amazing. I get so many opportunities to learn from people who are successful in so many ways. I'm going to make new friends, learn new skills. Woo! I'm excited. Is that a different way to live life? Did I celebrate my win of waking up this morning and coming to see y'all today? Celebrate every win. Enjoy what you're doing. Have fun every day. When you celebrate every win, you acknowledge the past. You acknowledge the fact that you believed in yourself, that you picked up a shovel, and that you were willing to dig when others weren't. Right? You being here right now is a result of you believing that you should be here, as a result of you doing the work to get registered to be here, as the result of your wanting to be great. Just by being here, you can celebrate all those things. Celebrate every win. So you have an opportunity to be extraordinary. We all do. You have that right. And when you believe in yourself, and when you pick up a shovel and dig, and when you celebrate every win, you will create change not only in your life, but beyond. And you will change the world. So go beyond. Change the world. Thank you. I think, and then a couple questions, right? Now we'll take a couple questions if you have any. Yes. Is there anything I'm proud of? You're darn right. You're darn right. You know, number one, I'm proud that I'm a husband, right? I celebrate being a husband every day. I'm proud to be a father. I'm proud to be a brother to my teammates who I loved, who I didn't win a championship with. There's going to be some great people on your journey that aren't going to be a part of every win. But be proud of the relationships you build. I'm proud when my friends call me when they're in trouble. I'm proud when my friends call me when they have a baby, right? I celebrate every opportunity to celebrate those relationships I've built and created. I'm proud of a lot of things. Yes, ma'am. Do I wear my Super Bowl ring every day? I don't. I wear it as often as I can, though. I see why you ladies like diamonds, by the way. They're very, very nice. I think they're a man's best friend, too. Can that be true? Yes, sir. When I was in elementary school, what did I want to be when I grew up? I wanted to be a firefighter. Okay? I thought that was great because I think firefighters have the awesomest job in the world. They serve without knowing what color you are, what race you are, what religion you do, what you practice, right? Firefighters get a call. They say, we need help. They show up. I like that. And when I was in school and in middle school, I started to say, okay, well, I really like politics and political science, so I thought I was going to be a lawyer. Then, fortunately, I was able to play football. But let me tell you something. Every single football player you see on TV went to college. Now, you're going to be in a startup world this week. A lot of people may or may not have finished college, and your experience at some point will involve a larger secondary education. So include yourself in that education, right? There are successful people who have done it just from high school, but a lot of the people you're going to meet today Chase for business, they're not going to hire you unless you go to college, right? The extent of which will be up to you and your skills. But take that opportunity to build a backup plan for yourself. Caleb. A great question. Caleb asked, who inspired me to say the words, I am, I can, I will? I did. I was a freshman in college, and I started as a freshman. The third freshman in history to do so at Notre Dame at offensive line. But I was really torn. I was having a tough time in training camp. And these big seniors were beating me down every day. And one day I just said to myself, I am Ryan Harris. I can play football. I will make this team, and I will start this year. And it changed my whole being. It changed the way I practiced. It changed the way I hit. I had a focus every time. I would say it to myself early on before every play, right? I study as well a lot of warrior culture. The samurai warriors say you have to have complete and total resolve when striking your enemy, right? That's belief in yourself. If you're going against Von Miller, do you think he cares whether you believe in yourself or not? Do you think your performance depends on if you believe in yourself or not? Absolutely. What choice do you have, right? It's going to be tough. People are going to tell you things. I was too short. I was too small. I had a back injury. I wasn't able to play football. Wrong. There are going to be people and things that tell you not to believe in yourself. But I'm telling you right now, do it every time. You got no other choice. Yes.
Do you have any role models at the moment, or what were your role models when you were starting up?
Yeah, so the question, do I have any role models? Absolutely. I like Kirby Puckett. I like Barack Obama. I'm half white, half black. I'm Obama black, as I say. If he was the first black man in the White House, I'm black too, right? But that's a great question because I want to encourage you to find mentors. Because sometimes when we look up to people, it's so far out of reach. But I've got mentors like Aaron Taylor. You know, one mentor is in the crowd right now. I got mentors who I ask questions to. Find somebody. I'm a resource for you. If you're willing to work, I'm willing to work with you. If you want to change the world, I want to do it with you, right? So I'm a resource for you, but you have to ask questions. You have to find people who may not be the pinnacle top, right? But find people who are in the areas that you want to be in. Ask them questions. Ask people questions who have experience with it. Ask people questions about their failure, right? I've failed so many times. I didn't win the Super Bowl until the 9th season in the NFL. I failed 8 previous seasons. Should I have quit? Should I have given up? No. But the things I've taught you today, the tools that you have now, are ingredients for success in every story you've seen. Every person has had to believe in themselves. Every person has faced the fact that their good wasn't good enough. Anybody have an iPhone? Steve Jobs got fired from his own company. His good was not good enough. Did he quit? No. He picked up a shovel, he believed in himself, he kept digging, and he's celebrated as one of the greatest owners of companies in the history of the world. Find yourself a mentor, ask questions. Yes.
How do you know where to draw the line on the things you sacrifice?
Great question. How do you draw the line on the things you sacrifice? You don't. Because let me tell you something. The difference between greatness and being okay at something is making a decision or making a sacrifice, right? I decided I wanted to play in the NFL. I decided I wanted 2 degrees from Notre Dame in 3.5 years. I'll sacrifice anything for that because that's a decision I made. The problem is people say, okay, I sacrificed something. Anybody like to party like me? Anybody like to dance to music? Yeah. Some people, when you talk about sacrifice, they think, well, I sacrificed that night out. Or I sacrificed hanging out with my friends, so I deserve to get this reward. Either you make a decision and you will do anything to achieve that, or you make sacrifices and you are going to be expecting something in return, right? So don't make sacrifices, make a decision. Make a decision in what you want to do. 2 more questions. Yes, sir.
How do you come up with your ideas? How do you come up with the idea for what your book would be, or
how do you come up with ideas?
Like
yeah, that's a great question. Don't ever believe you can't do something, right? Anybody heard of Casey Neistat? We had him here earlier in this week. You know, he had an amazing story, an amazing video, and if you get the time, Google Casey Neistat, do what you can, right? You're going to get ideas and ideas and ideas. Tesla started because Elon Musk thought it was a good idea. He even said, I didn't think it'd be successful, but I thought it was a good idea. So embrace your idea, embrace your thoughts, embrace your thoughts. You're going to have great ones, and they can lead to great things. The problem is sometimes people say, oh, that's a bad thought, or that doesn't mean anything, or that's stupid. Have that thought. Share it with somebody. Work on it. Last question. Sir. The question was, when I got released the first time from the Broncos, did I feel obligated to?
Was it part of your plan to go back to it?
Was it part of my plan to go back to it? At the time, no, right? At the time, I was like, stupid Broncos. They don't know me. I'm great. They don't know me, right? And you will justify the most crazy things. It's tough. It's so hard for someone to tell you you're not good enough. It's hard. It's painful. It can bring you to tears. And I didn't know that I'd be back with the Broncos, that John Elway would call me back up and say, hey, Ryan, let's do it again. Let's go win a championship. I didn't know that was coming, but I did know I could control how I worked. I did realize, and you'll experience it in your life, when someone wrongs you or it makes you upset or says you're not good enough, there'll be a little voice that says, you know what, they were right. You weren't willing to change. They gave you the instructions and you didn't want to do it. Especially when you're successful. When you're successful, it's hard to say, I need to change. I need to continue to improve. But that's how you become great. You can become good at anything, just kind of going with it, following the easy path. You can become good. But you have the right to be extraordinary. You have the right to be great. You can be great at whatever you do. Why not take that opportunity? Why not see where that goes? And picking up a shovel and working, digging. You know, you build a tunnel, it gets dark in there sometimes. But every time your shovel hits the dirt, you learn something. Every time you work, you're showing a willingness to succeed. You're building a resolve in yourself. So when I came back to the Broncos, I was so happy and excited because they didn't know me. They thought they knew me. But I was better than they thought. I was better than my teammates anticipated, and that's what I was happy about. That's what made me excited, because before I put on my cleats and hit the field with Peyton Manning, I was sitting there saying, they're not going to believe it. But I do, right? That's the power of belief in yourself. That's the power of picking up a shovel and digging. And as you see today with my ring on, I'm still celebrating that win, right? Have a great week. You have an amazing opportunity. Thank you very much.
All right, that's Ryan Harris. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today and giving that inspirational message. So a few housekeeping items before we go on to the remainder of the day. So we're going to actually be staying in here for your next workshop, but I'm going to task you guys with actually networking. So I want you to meet your volunteer. I want you to stand up, walk around the room. Your next workshop will start at 10 a.m. The next piece of item is Kim McGrigg. Can you actually stand up for me really quickly? She is going to be, her name is now Tara for the day. So if your volunteer was Tara, that is now your volunteer. So I've done part of your work for you. So there is your volunteer. The biggest check items are, instead of actually grabbing your lunch and staying around here, we're going to have you guys grab your lunch and head to your second workshop. Great thing is happening with Denver Startup Week, where they're having a lot of attendees at all of their workshops. So we want to make sure that you guys get seats at the workshops that we've assigned to you. So make sure that you grab your lunches, which are going to be out here kind of by the check-in table down that direction. You'll kind of see some arrows, and some JA staff will help direct you in that way. But you'll grab those lunches and you'll be taking them with you and heading to your next workshop. Adults, teachers, and volunteers, make sure the students are getting their food first. We have enough, I know, lunches for them. Also for you guys, we just want to make sure that the students have their lunches there, and then we can direct you other ways to get your food if we run out of those box lunches. Last check-in item, or check item, is that we will be checking you all out from your day here. So make sure that you, as students, volunteers, and teachers, come back to those check-in areas, and we're going to give you some exit surveys that we'd love for you to actually fill out for us to let us know how our first year of this experience was for you, and if you actually would like to potentially see this in JA again. So without further ado, I'm going to have you guys network here. So again, everybody stand up, hang around this area, and your workshop will start at 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another session starting in here in 10 minutes. Please vacate the tent.
Bring the funk back, bring the funk back, bring the funk back, bring the and have a good laugh. Sweat glistens and it gleams on your tan skin, jumping off the high rocks into the deep end. You're rocking that bikini looking so hot, I can hardly take it, but baby please don't stop. Then I fall for you, just like I always do. Baby, let's get tight. You make this world alright. Come on, let's head up to the mountains for the weekend. Catch up with our crew there and take it all in. Share stories, lots of laughter, let the dogs run. Nothing like a camp out for some real